So now I'm thinking whether or not I should just iron it on as is and continue, but if you look at the rhinestones in between each of them, I can still see that grayish pattern, not pattern, that grayish color, and I don't like that. So I'm wondering if it might be a little bit better to use the E6000 glue and let it dry, just so that I can get a nice black background instead of this gray dingy mess. So I'm going to try one and then see how that works. Okay, now if you look at it, the E6000 black glue, it adds a nice dark background to it, so it takes away that ugly, dingy, grayish green thing all where it's been worn out. And it gives it a kind of a new background. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, now you can see it. So I think I'm going to actually use the E6000 glue instead of ironing it on, and I may iron it on for extra security tomorrow. I don't know if that may help to reinforce it, but we will see. I will try. So the glue actually, it comes out so fast, and it just not explode, but it just squirts out, and I'm not even squeezing it. I'm not putting pressure on it at all. Maybe because there's built up pressure inside, and when you let it loose, it just goes everywhere. But I'm going to do it, which means it's going to take a lot longer, but I want it to look nice. So I use this E.L.F brush by E.L.F Cosmetics. It's a tiny little brush, and I will just keep putting E6000 glue on it, spreading it in a small area, and then use these tongs to apply the rhinestones. This is going to take a few hours or maybe even a few days, but I'll get it done. So from this package, I already mapped out how many stones I will need for each one of these button areas. I'm going to use 12 for the most inner part of it, and then I'm going to go around that and create a border with number 11, and then I'm going to create so the border that 11 is around, it'll just be one row for all of these buttons, and then I want to have 2 rows of the number 8, and then around the rim, the outermost section, I'm probably going to do either I'm going to continue with 8 or I'm going to go on to 7, which is the smallest one. I have quite a large amount of the number 7, so that's why I chose to do that on the outside, and then just for the detail purpose, to make it more neat and clean looking. I was thinking about perhaps instead of doing 2 straight lines of 12, doing maybe 3 rows and different columns, but that's a lot of work, so I'm just going to keep it simple and go this route. If you're wondering why I decided to embellish my jacket, is because it is winter. I will be doing some traveling soon, and I'm gonna wait to purchase a new jacket, but in the meantime I have such a good structured wool jacket, and it's also a designer piece, so until I can find a good tailor to repair the buttons on this jacket, I'm just going to embellish it so that it looks neat enough to be seen in public with. And then also, this might work to provide more sustainable options for people. I know that people are into thrifting nowadays, so if you thrift a jacket and there's something wrong with the buttons, or maybe a piece of it is stained, you can look at this as an option for adding to the piece, or even just hiding a flaw or blemish that you see. But if it's fine, then you can just add decorations, whatever you like, really. I thought that this would have taken a lot longer. It only took me about 2 hours to get the entire project done. And I know that you see the ruler. I think I left out a few clips, but I just used the ruler to outline the 3 middle lines, and then I went freehand with the surrounding gems. So the pencil that they provided, it's a white pencil. I used that to outline where I wanted the gems to go, and then I went over it with the E6000 glue. I don't know if I explained that at the beginning of the video. So here it is all done, and I like the way that it came out. Unfortunately, I didn't want it to come in contact with the wool itself, so I couldn't do the perimeter, neither the strings, but this is good enough for me. I hope you guys enjoy.